Hey everybody, Ian back here with you again today. I'm here to do a movie review for you. This is a really good movie that came out around the end of the year of 2016 and has been doing really well at the box office. It's a true life biography called Hidden Figures about three African American women who really changed the way NASA put John Glenn into space. This is directed by Theodore Melfi. And it's set in 1961, where three women named Catherine Goebel, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson all work at NASA and explore different avenues of that company's space endeavors. Octavia Spencer is very good and understated here, and may very well get an Oscar nomination come Tuesday, the 24th, for supporting actress. As Dorothy Vaughan, she teaches a classroom of very intelligent women like her and the other two ladies featured in the movie. They are all mathematicians and able to figure out different solutions and problems in NASA and have really great jobs there. Vaughn, Octavia Spencer's character, ends up learning how to use the first IBM machine, which they have to take out a whole wall to put in back when computers were primitive at best. The whole place is overseen by a guy named Al Harrison, who is well played here by Kevin Costner, in a good supporting role. Now, Costner has a more prominent role with Taraji P. Henson's character, Taraji P. Henson's character, Catherine Goebel. Now, she is hired to be the first woman, and African-American woman, to be with a group of all-white males in solving how John Glenn is going to be put into space and orbit the Earth. There's different parts of the movie that I thought were very telling of the time, is where she has to find a restroom that only she can use because of segregation of the time, and she has to go 6 miles across campus to use the restroom. And there's a big confrontation she has with Kevin Costner's character. And Taraji P. Henson, I haven't seen her in a while, so it's really good to see her back in fine form, and she does great in this role. Janelle Monae is the third lady featured in this film, and she plays Mary Jackson. I haven't seen her a lot. I wasn't as familiar with her as an actress, but I thought she was great in the role. Mary Jackson is the lady who broke down the barrier of being the first woman to attend an all-male school in Virginia for engineering, because they were restricted back then. It's hard for me, being born in the mid-'80s, to really put my mind in the mindset of the early 60s. This film was set, as I said, in 1961, and it's hard to wrap my head around that this was how the country worked with different water fountains and restrooms, and it seems rather primitive, I think, nowadays, and I think it's good that we have moved beyond that. But Hidden Figures does a good job of telling the history of the time and the story of these three women whose story has never really been told. Catherine is the only one still living. She's 97, and at the end of last year, President Obama gave her a Medal of Freedom award, and that is shown at the end of the movie as well, and I thought that was real neat to put all three of these ladies' pictures at the end and kind of have the whole tie-in, which these movies usually do. So I really liked Hidden Figures. I thought it was a really engaging screen biography. I also want to briefly mention two other supporting performances. The first is from Jim Parsons, who you would know as Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory. Jim Parsons is a really good actor. He plays a co-worker of sorts, another engineer, mathematician, with Catherine's character, in Taraji P. Henson's character in the film. And he is almost at odds with her because she is so intelligent, and because she's figuring out all these numbers and trajectories and how John Glenn is gonna, because we can't beat the Russians at this point. The Russians have gone into space, and he's very jealous of her, and she is a very persistent lady. Also, Kirsten Dunst, who I hadn't seen in a long time before she was in season 2 of the brilliant FX series Fargo. She plays Octavia Spencer's supervisor, and she also does good work here too. All three of The supporting performances in all three of the leads are very well done. Also, Mahershala Ali is good as well in his brief appearances as Catherine's love interest and then husband. And then her name is Catherine Jackson later on in the film because she gets married. So, I definitely want to do a review for Hidden Figures because it is definitely worth watching. I like movies like this usually that showcase people in history that have never been talked about before and that definitely should be acknowledged. These three ladies broke down barriers at a time that it was very hard for them to do in a very turbulent moment in our country's history. And it's a great movie about that and them, and I definitely recommend seeing it. So, go see Hidden Figures. 3 stars out of 4. I give it a B+. Solid entertainment at the movies. And that is all I guess for this week. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll see you next time.
My gals are ready. We can do the work.
More than 50 million Americans watching.
I got a warning light.
Go find Catherine.
Colonel Glenn?
There's a real fireball outside. It's getting a little hot in here.